Repair work on the T is nothing new for commuters. The MBTA is investing billions of dollars into upgrading the transit system. There's good news for the estimated 30,000 people who take the Orange Line. Weekend work is now all wrapped up, meaning no more weekend closures. And joining us now is the general manager of the MBTA, Steve Poftak. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Just this morning, the Orange Line saw delays, significant ones, and you're not naive to the frustration that riders are feeling. You yourself have said that you take the T. What do you say to people who rely on the T, they're working class people who are late to work on a constant basis about the service becoming consistent?
We understand their frustration, and as someone who regularly takes the Orange Line, I certainly understand how frustrating this morning's delays were. We are undergoing this process. It's a 5-year, $8.2 billion capital plan to build a better T to work on these types of reliability issues.
So you're saying to people, just be patient, we're going to get there eventually?
Some element is to be patient, but also some element is we're working every day to improve the system. We've got new cars on the Orange Line. We're looking forward to introducing new cars on the Red Line in the spring, so folks should start to see improvements.
So with that said, you just wrapped up several weekends of work on the Orange Line. What can commuters notice and what will they not notice that's happening behind the scenes?
I think the most obvious thing you notice is that we've rebuilt the track in the pits in our downtown stations, Haymarket, State Street, Downtown Crossing. New track, new ballast, which is the rock that surrounds the tracks and the ties. We've also made improvements in those stations. The things you don't see are we've done repair work in the tunnels, we've cleaned up debris, we've replaced the third rail in many places, we've replaced the fare collection equipment in several stations. We've done a lot of work while these stations have been closed.
We've also seen a glimpse of the new Orange Line cars, which one of them just flashed on our screen. When will we be able to see the entire fleet?
The entire fleet on the Orange Line is going to be replaced over the next few years, culminating with the entire, not only replacement of the fleet, but also expansion of the fleet ending in 2022. The Red Line car is going to take a little bit longer. We're going to see the first set of Red Line cars in service starting in spring of next year and then finishing up by 2023.
The Red Line is up next. You're starting shutdowns tonight, and this is a particularly long diversion, and that's a concern for a lot of commuters out there.
Yes, the diversion is going to run from Kendall Square Station to Broadway. The diversion has to be that long because we need surface access to move things in like track and ties. You actually need to access it from the surface. You can't bring it down from, say, Downtown Crossing. So it's a particularly long diversion. We want to encourage our customers to look at MBTA.com for information about the diversion. I also want to thank the folks at the U.S. Post Office who have given us access to the Dorchester Ave extension during the middle of the day on Saturday and Sunday, which is going to allow us to run the diversion more efficiently.
So what upgrades will passengers notice once this is complete, and when will it be complete?
It's going to be complete at the diversion runs. It's going to be this weekend, the following weekend. We're going to take the weekend off after Thanksgiving, and then we're going to do the first 2 weekends in December. The most obvious thing, again, is going to be we are replacing track that is 30 and 40 years old in Downtown Crossing and Park Street. So you're going to see about 1,800 feet of new track, ties, and ballast.
People can expect to get updates on social media platforms about delays and also where shuttles are running.
Yes, we'll have that information on MBTA.com, also our social media platforms, and we'll have plenty of personnel and signage out there.
So with that said, let's talk about the weather. It is unforgiving in New England. What are you doing to get ahead of the forecast and be ready on those days where it's below freezing or we have snowstorms?
We have a pretty extensive deployment plan where we make sure that we're out salting stations, pre-positioning crews to make sure that we're in position if we have to make repairs, if we have to do snow removal. We've invested over $100 million in additional winter resiliency equipment, so we're much better prepared to face the winter than we have been in previous years. We've also revamped how we manage storms internally.
All right, well, thank you very much, MBTA's General Manager Steve Poftak, for joining us, and good luck with the repairs coming up.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.